Hello, Stampin' Friends. It's Mary Fredericks to show you a quick, really cute card using Cutest Cows from Stamping Up, and I believe it's still going to be available in 2024-25. So, but not as a bundle. It currently comes as a bundle with the punch, and I think it's just adorable. You maybe can't read the words. It says, "The little things you do make such a big difference. Holy cow, congratulations. What moo with you? Thank you. It's a special day. Milk it for all it's worth." And then, of course, it's got the flowers and the little chicks and the various styles of cows. So really, really fun to play with, and that's what I've been doing this afternoon. So let me show you what I came up with. First of all, I got this card from my friend Jan Ferguson. And I thought that's what got me started on this, because I thought it was just adorable. She also added some pretty paper that goes with the country theme. So thank you, Jan, for that and getting me going on this. Along with the stamp set, she uses, let's see, garden meadow dies. And that's what the frame is from, and the grass in the little fence. So this is a nice die set if you like that sort of thing. So I'll show you a couple that I did. Did this one. Just trying to keep things kind of simple. This is the one I just did, which I made a little smudge up here in the corner. So I had to add some embellishment with my Designer Series paper. And honestly, papers, you can never have enough of the papers. You'll always find a nice use for them. And so I'm going to try to recreate something like this for you today, show you how I did it. Maybe be a little bit simpler. But first off, we want to take our card, which again is just your simple basic fold on the thick white paper, so you don't need anything else to make your card. And I pre-stamped this because I have such a hard time getting it straight unless I use a stamp placement tool. So I highly recommend that you find one and use it, especially for words. The first thing you want to do is your using the chalks. And I'm using soft pastels from Stampin' Up. And we've got a whole bunch of colors in here. And these will last you forever, and they're cheap. So everybody should have that in their craft collection. And the best way to do this with the cotton ball is to use this wonderful take your pick tool, or you could just use a scissors or a knife or something. Scrape off a little of that. And then we'll do a little of the blue while we're at it for the sky. And I'm just going to take a cotton ball, dab that in, and here we go. Making that really soft, pretty grassy background. Looks like a meadow already, doesn't it? And then come in with the blue, and darker on top, and coming down. And you could play with this a little bit longer, and you could add a few more colors if you wanted to. But blue and green comes out pretty, I think. Maybe a little more green down here. The more you rub it, the darker it gets. Same with the blue. So there you are, and that's a background for a lot of different stamps. And the next thing you want to do is put in, I'm just using Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to put a little grass in there with one of the stamps that they've given us. Just kind of randomly. Believe it or not, it can be hard to do things randomly, can it? And then let's see where my flowers went. I wonder if I put them away. Oh, of course, here they are. So they're going to be next. And I'm just going to put them maybe right here. Take my milk thing off. Now, I'll tell you what I do when I color using, I'm just going to use these lovely marker pens. They're the new ones. I was really pleased to see the pointy end of the new ones seems to be a little thicker than our old ones, so you actually get some color. The older pens, or maybe mine are getting more dried out, the fine tip end seems to dry out pretty quickly, but I don't think these will. So very quickly, I probably could have colored this in ahead of time because you don't really need to see me color. I do want to show you something about using marker pens. So we'll just go with that. Quick color here. And I guess they could be sunflowers and we could have made them all yellow. But any color. It's a little hard to do this on camera because I'm having to lean over a little bit. But you see how the fine tip does kind of work pretty well in there. And then I just do the yellow with the broader one, get it filled in. Nice and sunny. Nice and meadowy. Now, your instinct is going to be to just color the leaves all one shade of green, and that works. This one is already drying out. This is an older one. So I'm going to use the broader end and see what I can do with that. I like to color leaves and actually most things two-tone. So you look at nature, you never see things that are flat, all one color. So you want to put more color on. And this looks a little funny at first. And then I'm going to take this lighter one and fill it in. See how nice and vivid that looks on this little leaf. So there you go. And then I would do this too. I don't like to have anything just kind of hanging out there. Kind of needs a little shadow, a little space. I'll make it up there too. Okay. Now, we got to do our milk. And that's just I'm just gonna do that in black. Maybe I'll do 3 this time. No, I think 2's enough. Okay. So then how to do this punch out. How are you going to get those pieces in there just right? Here's what I do. I take it first. And this is a 3 by 4 1/4 piece of dark, could be any colored cardstock. The reason I want it colored is that it makes it easier to follow. So then you put it on your piece that you're going to color and punch out. Take a piece of masking tape, or maybe whatever you have, if you have washi tape or something. And see how you got this now. Okay. So then it's really, I will tell you, it's pretty hard to do just straight on like this. Oops, I did it wrong. I have to turn it over. Make sure I got my tail in the right direction. To eyeball it, but it can be done. But if you have a stamp placement tool and you're doing more than one, you for sure want to use that. If you just really are careful and you place it down there where you don't see any of the blue. Okay, let's hope this worked. It'll do. Okay, and then you go around to your other pieces as well. This took me a little while to figure out what was supposed to go in there. Anyway, when we get done, it's going to be like this, okay? And all stamped up. And then it should fit right in there. Just always turn it over so I can see what I'm doing. And you just line it up as perfectly as you can. And there you have it. Now, I usually color my little pieces first, but I wasn't thinking far enough ahead for that. So we'll just make a quick color here. This is one of the newer markers, so it's working quite well. And that's all the brown there is there, I guess. Give him a little more on his ear. And then here. Now you can shade with markers. You know, we all are falling in love with the Stampin' Blends. But if you want to shade with a marker, you just go over it and it gets darker on the areas you repeat. Always got to have a tail. But when I'm leaving him mostly white, it goes pretty quickly. So I'll give him some dark feet. Actually, I think this is gray. It's all right. He's been in the mud, right? And then we need just a little pink on his nose. And this might be a little darker pink than I maybe would intend. But he's still pretty cute, isn't he? So just use a marker, not a marker, use some of our nice little dimensionals to pop him up pretty good. Always helps to take the paper off the back. So, now, what to do for words? I moved this over a little bit. I think it's better than that first one that I did. And then I think we'll just put this kind of, if you do it cockeyed, can you see it? It doesn't matter if it's straight or not. Now, if you wanted to step it up a little bit, like I did here, you could put a piece of paper there. And on this one, I didn't like where I had put this, so what I will do is I'll go back and I'll put a piece of designer paper here just to cover that up on the inside. So really pushing the designer papers. There's so many uses for them, and this is a really cute set. Kids would love it, guys would love it, farmers, ladies, all of us. It just makes us smile. So here you go. You got this one. You got this one. I don't know if I showed you this one. He's all brown, and I used these pretty little adhesive-backed hearts and flowers. You could use that on lots of things. So those are my cards for today. Thank you for coming. Bye.